Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm gonna be explaining the combat system of 1.9 and up. The reason why I'm doing this is I see a lot of my friends don't really understand this concept, or a lot of people I should say. And to be honest, it's actually pretty simple. Among my friend group I used to play on SMP, and I normally won the fights because it's so simple. And I'm gonna show you in a second. So what I have here are three zombies who have test and test and test, and over there is a vindicator, and I'll show you why in a second. But basically how this works is, and over there is a Ravager that despawned, that's fine. But how it works is, I'll put it on screen right now. Alright, so here I put it on screen. So as you can see by reading the first 5 dots here, it is said that swords are crafted for this purpose, but axes, pickaxes and shovels also deal more damage than the bare fist. Also, axes deal the most damage but have the slowest attack speed. If we take that into consideration while we're in Minecraft, we're gonna use this on our first test. So we're gonna first take the sword and we're gonna test this out. So no jumping, no anything. It's probably gonna be 3 hits, so it's 1, 2, 3. And as you can see, there is a cooldown. There's a reason why that is there. If that cooldown goes down, the more it is on the lower point, the less damage it will do. So if we actually test this on a slime, I'm just gonna spam click it. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but if we go over here and we hit it, and we wait, it deals a lot more damage. And I kind of wanted to nerf that, and it's actually really good. I don't understand why people dislike it. I really like it a lot. People have the different preferences on this. People like 1.8.9. I personally like this version more. But yeah, let's continue reading here. Okay, so there are also ranged weapons. We don't want that. And here you can see the attack speed on each weapon. So most swords suck from wood to stone. Then from iron to netherite, it starts to get better. But the thing I want to focus on here is the axe. The axe does 10 damage. The netherite one, where we're going to use diamond. And I'm going to show you why. Because if we use a normal axe, 1, 2, 3. And the reason why that was also free, you're probably wondering, I could just use the sword instead of the actual axe, because this thing does deal more damage. It does 9, this one does 7. But if we put the zombie back here, there's this thing called critical damage. And here it is on screen again. Critical damage, or critical hits, are attacks that deal extra damage compared to regular attacks. So let's see the requirements. A player must be falling. A player must not be on the ground. A player must not be on a ladder, vine, water. Must not be affected by blindness. A player must not be faster than walking or flying. So how this works is, I'm gonna put the zombie back here. If we run up to a zombie and we hit it once, twice, third, we need to hit him 3 times. But no, I don't want you. If we take the zombie and what I just did there, and we shouldn't be running. If you run and hit, this won't work. So don't run around or anything. You just want to jump and hit. As you can see, that took him down in 2 hits. And if we go down here to the regular slime, and we also 2 hits. But as you can see, I'm only standing still. I'm not running around. The moment I'm running around, hitting something, it won't do much. But that's how that works. And the reason why you should use an axe is it does a lot more damage to players using the critical hit. That's why players refer to crit hits on axes, because it takes them down in 1 hit. I think a player without armor it's easy. It's use an axe when you're fighting players, but don't use an axe when you're just playing classic survival. And the reason why I'm saying this is, if we look again at that chart, damage, but under it says 1.6 attack speed, and if we go here it says 1 attack speed, so you're gonna have to wait like a full second, I believe, for this, and this one is like 1.6, so I'm not exactly sure, but if you see the cooldown, the bar, if we look up in the sky, it's a lot more faster than the axe, and that makes sense because the axe deals so much more damage. So in theory you should be crit hitting a mob with a sword. You should always use a sword. If you're in the early game, I prefer using an axe. But now we're gonna move on to our next section, which is the shields. Shields are probably the most important aspect in 1.9 and up PvP, and the reason for that is it blocks damage. So if we take our subscribe shield here, by the way, you should subscribe, I spent some time on this video, and we put this in our hotbar. This Vindicator is, I don't have a player on here, I can't really make a server, but this Vindicator is gonna help you because he actually has an axe. And I'll tell you why, because shields are there to obviously get rid of damage. So I'm just gonna put myself here in game mode survival. So as you can see, they're blocking my damage, which is cool. Oh wait, we need to go. Which is used a lot in PvP. And if we, okay, yeah, this guy is totally ready for me. Okay, so how it works is your shield, if it gets struck by an axe, only an axe, your shield will be disabled. So if we prove this, as you can see there on the top light, my shield is disabled, I can't bring it up. And when it gets disabled, you also take a bit of damage. But how it should work is you take a hit, you hit back, and you keep on doing that. And that's why you need a crit hit, so you don't run around. But that's the physics of the shield. It like kind of blocks all damage. But when you hear that sound cue, that hit, that's your cue to hit back. But I'm gonna die. Okay, now we're gonna fight this Ravager. The reason why I chose the Ravager is because its hit points are a lot more higher than a normal player, and it can also disable your shield, but you can also disable him, sort of. So you're gonna use a crossbow for this fight, and this is also another important thing. When you're fighting someone, a player or a mob, and you have a crossbow in your inventory, this normally works to most of shields, and I'm gonna use an axe. So this works with shields and axes, so you combo it. So basically, I'm just gonna go to a slime. Hit, switch, and shoot, which immediately kills him, but then you gotta reload. So it kind of, in that time, when your axe is disabled, you can still do damage. So you shoot and hit, but this only works with players, and then you're gonna run away. We're gonna try this with the Ravager over here. So I'm gonna quickly put myself in game mode survival. Okay. Yeah, he's coming straight for me. So the thing is, come on, disable my shield. Oh, I killed him. That was pretty fast, but as you can see, I blocked a lot of his damage by blocking with the shield. And Ravager. But this time I'm gonna be using a sword, so I'm gonna give myself a diamond sword. And I'm gonna show you it's a lot more difficult. Spawn. I'm running. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna combo. So we're gonna. He doesn't really disable your shield, but he does give you a knockback. See, I wait for the sound cue and I hit. And it's as simple as that, but that's not how it really works in normal PvP. It's a lot more similar to the Vindicator. You gotta hit your shield, and the moment your shield goes down, you either want to use the crossbow and kill him, or you want to immediately switch to your axe. But yeah, that was kind of a full explanation on how this works. There's obviously a lot more to this. You can obviously enchant your stuff as well, and it will make it a lot more better. But what is the conclusion of this? Personally, I think a lot of people, it depends your playstyle. So you can either be using a diamond axe if you like to wait while you attack. So you're more of a player that likes to wait, hit, and all of that stuff. Or you can be the player that strikes the fastest, but you cannot disable anyone's shield. So I think you should carry both. Have an axe somewhere in your inventory, so when someone has a shield, you can disable the shield, and then you can just spam them with the sword. Not actually spam, hit them, do critical damage. Critical damage is the most important factor of all PvP. Remember not to run while you're critical damaging. You just need to stand still, jump and hit. And use a crossbow when you can. A normal bow will also do if you have some range. But yeah, that was my explanation on the PvP. Everything is there in the wiki if you need it. I'll put a link in the description. Go check it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.